Hi, my name is Michelle with College Playing Source, and I'm here to give you a college quick take. Okay, so college campus visits, how to gain the most from them. Here are some tips to help you and your family make the most out of your campus visit. So before you visit the campus, you should do a few things. Try to plan the campus visit while school's in session. It's the best time to go, especially if you're traveling far. Why? Because essentially you could see what the campus is like, and you could see all the students on the campus, you could go visit the departments. The best time to go typically would be like maybe spring break or ski week, maybe a professional growth day when you have time off of high school, but the colleges are in session. Summertime's also great, but just remember that you only have maybe a fourth to a third of the students on campus because some of them are home or doing internships or doing something like that. But think about it. If you go on a Saturday or Sunday, you might just see a bunch of buildings and trees. And then the next thing I would do to prepare before you go to the campus visit is to book a tour. So you could go on Google, you could type in any name of a college and then plug in a campus tour, and your first link there should taking you to where you could sign up. They'll probably give you a parking pass. They'll tell you when to be there. Most of those tours are going to be morning or midday, and often they'll have some sort of admission personnel that will come to chat with your tour group. So just keep that in mind, and you can learn a lot about admissions and their process, and maybe some tidbits of information that you could use in the future. And this one is probably the best kept secret when it comes to preparing, is bring a friend. Students should bring a friend. Why? Well, it'll be fun to go do the campus tour with your parents and all, or parents with your students. But at some point, you might want to let them walk around the campus while there's other students on the campus so they can get a really good feel of what it's like. And then with their friend, they'll talk about the different campuses. So it'd be nice if you could do that. And then that way, mom, dad, you guys can go get a cup of coffee or tea, maybe buy the kids a sweatshirt, let them walk around. They'll start to talk about the school. They'll leave there talking about the school. It'll be great. So just keep that in mind. And then the other part of that is visit multiple schools. And when you visit multiple schools, the students and parents can start to take in all the different characteristics and criteria that you might be looking for in other schools or similar schools with those characteristics, so that way they can apply to more schools than just that one. Next, so on the campus tour, prepare your questions in advance. There's a lot of questions that you can ask. Things like, what are the most popular impacted majors at your college? Knowing this can help determine how competitive it is to get into that program or the probability of admissions just based on major. Take notes of the things that you like. This would be a great way to filter colleges with similar characteristics. Tour guides aren't all the same, so please keep that in mind. It might help to join a tour with a guide that's majoring in the same subject. Tour guides aren't all the same, so just keep that in mind as you're joining the tour. Ask questions about the things that you are interested in, but if they might not have any information, you could always ask for somebody else who's on the tour guide team that might be able to answer those questions for you at the end of the tour. So keep that in mind. Next up, be sure to register your name for the campus tour. Get on the college's email list, open their emails, and even if you can save the names of the admissions person you met with, some of the colleges on the application will ask how you learned about the school. Some schools will take into account demonstrated interest and consider the fact that you have come to visit the campus. So keep that in mind. Another advantage to going while school is in session is that you can stop by the departments that you're interested in potentially majoring in. This can make a huge difference in the process. And likely, if you're going while it's in session, someone will be there in the department to answer your questions. When you stop by the department, you want to have some questions prepared. There are a lot of questions that you can ask to find out the difference between that school's department and other colleges. Here's a few. What are the majors and/or emphasis within this department? What are some of the interesting research programs or initiatives they have within the department? Where are some of the students getting internships and/or job opportunities after graduation? Often companies will return to the same college to hire graduates if they like the skills and knowledge of the students from that college. If a student's going to go to graduate school from that particular program, what are some of the programs or colleges that they attend? You might even want to ask another question, especially for schools that have impacted majors. But how difficult is it to change your emphasis within the department or major, or switch out of the department or switch into the department? Or what's the likelihood you could double major or minor in programs that you have an interest in? Side note, if you're interested in pursuing a career that requires a graduate degree, go speak with those respective campus advisors to see how they'll help support you to get into the graduate program of your choice, like pre-med advisors or pre-law advisors. And last but not least, visit at least 3 different types of colleges. You'll get a good sense of the differences between the colleges. The colleges all have something to offer. It's a good idea to find out how they might support your specific academic interests, career goals, or even just what you're looking for in a college experience. I'm Michelle Mai with College Planning Source, and that's my College Quick Take.